Last time on Alpha Centauri, we stabbed our ally in the back just to get something from him that we could otherwise never have gotten. And that, of course, was, in fact, the Hunter-Seeger algorithm, which we're currently researching as fast as we possibly can. And it is a little bit out of our range still, which is a shame. But we got it from University Base by stealing their pre-sentient algorithms technology, which is basically the first step to artificial intelligence. Speaking of artificial intelligence, apparently the European Union today, or at least earlier this week, decided to suggest that it's time to think about giving robots rights because AI is on the horizon. Whether or not that is actually the case or not is a whole different question, but it's still an interesting concept to wonder whether or not this is going to be a problem in the future. And obviously, if AI is going to happen sooner or later, then you may want to get ready for it. We've got a couple of good options here, actually, from an alien on an alien environment. It's not highly poisonous to use. We're going to go for air power or string theory. Air power is really good. It does allow us to expand super quickly and control pretty much everywhere. Fusion power, on the other hand, does, it's always 20 years away, as the joke always says, but fusion power is now, in this particular case. Field modulation, we are a little bit behind on some of these techs. Like advanced subatomic theory is also quite good, but we don't have access to it just yet, and I completely forgot to set my timer on this one. I am a bit of a numpty sometimes today. It may have something to do with the fact that I just recorded like 2 hours worth of Stellaris episodes, I think. Was it like 2 hours, sweetie? Yeah, I thought as much. So, in case you're wondering, yeah, I do record like sometimes up to a week of episodes, and right now I am trying to get a bit of a backlog going. We're going to go for air power because air power is awesome and it will give us massive control. And on top of that, we will try to get the Empath Guild if we can. Empath Guild will give us we're already researching that. For how much? 18 over here, and we can get it within 14 if you really want to. If I retool this, actually we'll keep them both going. We can always retool this to something else later on once this is done. We don't have tubes just yet, which is annoying. We do want those, and we want to get this thing out of the way. And once we have air power, we should be able to get that relatively quickly. Let's start helping this guy and build a road out towards Militia Station and get everything connected up towards our stuff. Hummels is there. We want to destroy this road because it serves no function. Let's send something over towards Morgan Metagenics. Morgan is tiny and he has zero to no impact in the world. We want to steal all of his money. That is our goal when it comes to Morgan. I don't really care about him. He serves no real function in this world aside from being annoying. So yeah, I don't really care for Morgan, in case you hadn't noticed. Sure, you're playing Morgan sometimes. He does have a couple of really cool mechanics, ones that I really enjoy. But at this particular moment, I'm not really impressed by his setup. Let's put it that way. I'm going to go here and remove this fungus, and this area over here is going to build a thermal borehole just so we can get this area up to speed. And on top of that, we got ourselves a golden age, which is really nice. Okay, let's continue this. We're going to build a borehole over here, and yes, it is actually called a thermal borehole because it drills down to the Mohorovic discontinuity, which is the part of the crust where it gives way to mantle. Ah, science. I love you. Apparently, Mohorovic discontinuity is a Soviet term which arose sometime after the Russians, or at the time, obviously, the Soviets, decided to build the deepest borehole of all time. And long story short, apparently it's up to 50 kilometers deep, and then they started running into problems because it turns out that once you start digging that deep, the crust becomes a little bit unbalanced. Apparently, there is some really cool shit down there. Like, for instance, if you go to Mexico, there is giant caves filled with salt crystals and things like that. And we're talking giant things over here. So we don't know that much about our planet, apparently, comparatively to some other places. Like the moon, we know pretty much everything about. It's cold, it's in space, it's there, we've walked on it. It's pretty much all there is, really. I'm sure there's more, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, as I'm slowly but steadily digging myself a hole, as you may have noticed, if you watch some of my channel and you notice that at least some of my Stellaris content, you may notice that I seem to be a lot more talkative about other subjects in these playthroughs, and there's a good reason for that. I am so much more comfortable playing this game than anything else. I'm going to talk about this for hours on end. No problem whatsoever. I'm sure that my girlfriend's going to be like, oh my god, could you please shut the hell up? Let's drain some energy reserves. Yeah, whatever. I don't really care. Just get a clean getaway. Yeah, 52 energy! Yay! Vendetta upon me. Thank you, Morgan. Nobody cares about you. Such a good time. We could have just blamed anybody, really. But now we're at Vendetta with Morgan. No. Okay. Wasn't I at...
We sit together, the mountain and
Okay. Apparently, it's good to trade research first and then go for... if we could move... no, I don't know. Give me, or I will crush you like a bug. No.
Is that Morgan Freeman?
No, it's not Morgan Freeman, sweetie. He's also not inspired by Morgan Freeman. He's just called Morgan. He is African, though. I don't know where exactly he's from in Africa, but this is the future, so anything could have happened, you know. I'm not gonna dig into that comment even more because, yeah, that's like a super risky territory to say the least. Okay, we can build another base here, but what we're going to do instead is actually move, cancel action. We're actually going to move in here and raise the territory a little bit more, so we get a little bit more value out of it. And we want to start getting these labs underway. The thing with Alpha Centauri is the more territory you have, the stronger you are. At least when you have well-developed bases. We can just rush this, really. 252 credits, like whoever, that's like nothing. Like in the long run, like it really does not matter. And we are also by far the strongest party on this planet at the moment. So it doesn't really matter what the enemy does. At this moment, we can just go over there, rubber balls in their collective faces and say, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Huh? Exactly. Xenofungal Bloom. Empath Guild is good. You get plus 50% votes in the Planetary Governor and Supreme Leader. It also gives us an infiltrator in every single faction, which means that we will be able to know exactly what everybody's up to. And now we've got the most important building in the game. Yeah. Okay, can we do anything with this yet? No. Okay, attacks air, planetary economics, Centaurian meditation, orbital spaceplate. Okay, empath build cannot be done. Yeah, the most important building in the game, tree farm. Together with hydroponics, with hybrid farm, arguably one of the best things to get, bar none. This is a problem, however. We need to move this bad boy into position. Let's hope that we can... Okay, that was a risky move, say the least. We want to avoid doing stuff like that because it does come with its own risks trying to move units out of a base that does not have any defense. I'm actually not particularly happy about not having more defense here. The main reason for this is obviously we don't have a hybrid farm, which we want to get. Let's move you away from here. Still one shortfall, surprisingly enough, but we will get the Hunter-Seeker algorithm here. We do need to get a worker out, but yeah. Getting tree farm and hybrid farms will completely offset the pollution in this particular, in these bases. All of these bases actually that are currently building tree farms. Incredibly powerful strategy. If you ever pick up the game and you think by yourself, wow, oh my lord, that is a lot of mind worms. Yeah, but if you ever pick up the game, the best way of playing is, like, from my opinion, is the approach where you get the the tree farms everywhere. Anyway, we've picked up the Hunter-Seeker algorithm. Which is If I determine the enemy's disposition of fortress when I have no perceptible form, I can concentrate my forces while the enemy is fragmented. The pinnacle of military deployment approaches the formless. If it is formless, then not even the deepest spy can discern it, nor the wise can make against it. Which is from The Art of War, from Sun Tzu. Basically what it means is all of our bases are completely immune to probe teams. Everything is immune to probe teams unless they get algorithmic enhancement, which is part of nanominiaturization, which is so far away in the future. So it's not really impacting us at all. Let's hurry this tree farm. We need to get away from this pollution. We can probably do that with a bunch of these, actually. Never mind. Cannot afford that. We do want to hurry this up. We definitely want to hurry that one up. Okay, militia station is potentially a problem. Did I just... Okay, never mind. For a second there, I thought by myself that we completely ruined our stuff with the... whatchamacallit? The Empath Guild, but apparently that was the case earlier anyway. So I'm a bit of a numpty. What are you going to do, right? Yeah, exactly. Where was I, aside from completely controlling this planet? Yeah, I was going to go and raise this territory and remove this. Good. Research farm, hospital, the maritime. This is the best part. You can build the maritime center, which is one of the buildings that gives bonuses to all of the ships in your region, or at least in your faction, and you can build it on the highest mountain. You can literally build it on the highest mountain, and I find that absolutely hilarious. It is really good though, because it does give you a naval yard at every single base, and that is something that cannot be underestimated. Maritime control center though, do you really want it? Yeah, I guess. Let's also queue up a couple of missile penetrators. Yes, that's what they called. Keep your sniggering for yourselves. And yeah, okay, we'll move you in here. We will build trees over here and over here. Like I said, trees, very important. Like, they will grow on their own. Yeah, cannot underestimate the power of the trees. And by all our powers combined, I am Captain Planet. See, that's the funny thing about Captain Planet, right? Yes, I am actually going to about to have a small rant about Captain Planet that may or may not have been done a million times over already. So the villains in Captain Planet, right? They're all about polluting the world for no reason whatsoever. Like, what's the point? Like, literally, like, what are they trying to do? They're polluting the world, sure, whatever. They are business people. Where is the financial? Where's your goal here in terms of making money? You've got this giant super tanker that costs what, like $500 million, and you're gonna crash it into the coast and pour oil over everything because you want to say fuck you to the environment. You could sell that oil, build an oil power plant, and have the same effect over several years. It just blasts me away, and it's like, you know what? On one hand, you're just like, they could. There's something with Captain Planet to do, right? Like, he can take up the oil and put it away. See, if Captain Planet would need to go to Congress and say, yo, you can't build these oil power plants, it's like, Captain Planet can't do that. That's how the people get jobs, and jobs keeps us in business. See, that wouldn't work, and he would get sued into the ground. And then, like, this strange woman that gives these kids their power rings. I think her name is Gaia, which is the personification of the planet. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, what are you gonna do? Well, nothing, because Gaia, you're not generating any jobs. That's the problem. Yeah, exactly. That's the issue. Needlejet is a cool trick. Hey, you want some colony modules? You wanna build some colonies? Hey, you can do it with planes. It's such a hacksy way of doing things. I'm actually going to build one right now because it's funny. Needlejet colony pot, 16 turns. It takes forever, but it's hilarious. We're going to build it right here, I think. So we're just going to start building this, building a borehole right here. Planetary data links. Not particularly happy that they managed to get that. Not that it really matters, because we are ahead of the pack when it comes to the science. Okay, let's build a farm here. Let's remove the fungus here. Let's destroy this road because it serves no purpose whatsoever. And that there is a mind worm. And we've just managed to get ourselves something really important. The missile. Now, obviously the missile is a single build, throw it away cruise missile. That's not why I wanted it. I want it because of this. The Fission Planet Buster. As the name implies, this is a fission nuclear weapon. I would like to point out that unlike some of the other Civ games, you get in other Civ games you get the nuclear weapon what? Like in the Nuclear Age, which is what, at the end of the game? We're in the middle of the friggin' game. We're on the equivalent of the medieval period here when it comes to our technology. We can level half the world if we want. And guess what? That's exactly what we're going to do. Subatomic theory. Yeah, we're going to nuke everybody into oblivion because we can. By the way, the more you saw the fusion power stuff. Every single time we get a technology based around power. Oh, university almost finished that. God damn it, university is going to get the maritime control center. That is so annoying. Okay, we need to hurry these missile penetrators so we can get into position and then kill off this mind worm. With a little luck, we're actually the first missile penetrator on the planet. That'd be nice. I have a strange idea that's not going to be the case, but one can dream, right? Yes, definitely. The colony jet. Oh my God, it's so expensive. Yeah, let's do this. All right, maritime control center, whatever. Neural amplifier, really? Fascinating. Look at the neural amplifier over there. All right, let's build a thingy here. Tree farm, absolutely. Hap complex, we don't need. Gatling cruiser. What on earth do we have Gatling cruisers? Gatling destroyer? Gatling... Yeah, I was about to say. We got a bunch of technology that we don't use at all. Like missile artillery. Are you serious? Don't need that. What we do need, however, is Fission Planet Buster. And this is our first air unit on the planet, which means that we are better than everybody else here. Let's go and take down these mind worms. We will probably lose the... Oh, okay, for a second there I thought we were going to lose a jet. That thankfully did not happen, which is a good thing. Okay, this is now done, which means we need to remove this to build a fort. Oh my lord, that came out of nowhere. Too bad your mind worms are completely and utterly trash. And Militia Station is now at 7 pop. That does mean that we need to build a HAP complex because they won't be able to grow over size 8. And we do want to remove all the fungus around this area. Can we fast this colony pod yet? No. But yeah, on that bombshell, we're going to go and wrap up this episode. And it's been fun. I had a rant for no apparent reason. And oh my God. Oh no, he's got water bases. I hate water bases so much. But I'll have to wait till next episode. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been a while since we've done Alpha Centauri episodes. At least 3 days. I want to trickle these out a little bit more. I'm having a lot of fun with these, and I don't want to rush my my entertainment too much because there is such a thing as too much of a good thing. But not with Alpha Centauri, because this game is fucking awesome. Until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other.